We are less than 1 week out from the actual NFL draft, and everybody is wondering what the Chicago Bears will do next Thursday night. Running back, offensive line, defensive line, tight end. Nobody knows. But we're going to get a jump start on it right now with the final Bears Yard mock draft. Welcome back to Bears Yard. This your boy Vipe, and let's roll to the final mock draft of the year. We have reached the ultimate final mock draft here on Bears Yard. 3 rounds with our Chicago Bears. We are going to entertain trade opportunities as they present themselves. And we're going to do, again, 3 rounds and see what happens with the Bears. So let's go. The draft is a week away. And we're going to see if this mock draft tends to be on the more real side or the not real side. Early on, it does seem to be more real, which brings me and us to pick 10. And let's see what has happened in the first 9 picks. So Cameron Ward went first. That's realistic. Hunter goes second. Carter goes third. Mason Graham goes fifth. Mason Graham goes sixth to the Raiders. Okay, that's interesting. That's new. Tyler Warren goes to the Jaguars. The Saints draft Ashton Genty, bastard, which leads us to pick 10. And we have trade offers on the board. So let's see what we have. The Broncos want to come up from 20 and offer pick 51. Who else wants to come up? The Rams want to come up from 26 and offer a few picks. I think that might be a little bit too far down, so we're going to reject that one. The Broncos one is intriguing, but before I consider it, I need to see who's available on the board. Shadur Sanders is here. This is becoming more and more of a possibility, although personally I don't believe it's going to happen, but I think it could happen. We got the wide receiver Tedororo McMillan here, Jalen Walker, Shamar Stewart, Kelvin Banks Jr. So these picks are okay-ish. I mean, these players are all right-ish, but I think I'm going to accept that trade down because, again, it does net us an additional second-round pick, and none of these players here are players that I absolutely have to have at this time in the draft. So we're going to go back to the trade offer, and we're going to accept the Broncos trade. We're going to go back down to 20 and then acquire pick 51 and then their second rounder next year. And then we'll see how the board unfolds from pick 10 to 20. Yeah, you got a bunch of players that are going off the board that not really sad over losing. We have another trade opportunity here from the Cardinals who want to give us quite the haul, but that will put them back into the second round. I definitely want to make a first round pick, so I'm not going to do that. The Chiefs want to come up from 31. Not going to do that one either. And then the Titans, all right, we're rejecting all these trades, so we're going to make them pick at 20 here. All right. So what do the Bears need? According to this site here, this mock draft simulator, we need an offensive tackle, running back, safety, edge. You all know what I have said about this draft. In the first round, I need an immediate impact player, whether that be running back, whether that be defensive end or defensive player, defensive lineman, I want somebody that can come in and make an immediate impact. So we look at the best available. McMillan, no. Harmon, no. Michael Williams, y'all know I'm not dealing with him. Jahdae Barron, nope. Josh Simmons is intriguing, but he's not going to make an immediate impact probably with that injury, although he is getting back on the right side of being healed. We got Walter Nolan here, Gray Zabel. We got James Pierce Jr. here, and that is the first player that I'm looking at. I'm like, maybe. Also, Nick Gordon here of Texas A&M. Another amazing defensive player, although I like James Pierce better than him. We also have Omarion Hampton here that we can go ahead and pick because, again, that will give us the running back. But I think at this particular time, with the way the board has fallen to us, I'm going to go, and I believe the best option available to us here at pick 20 is James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee. This man is an absolute game wrecker. 6'5", 245, 9.4 RAS score, had great college production at Tennessee, and he is going to be a fourth off the edge for us. And he, I believe, will come in and make an immediate impact for the Bears defense. So the pick here with pick 20 in the NFL draft, the Chicago Bears select James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee, which will take us into the second round where we have 3 picks now. We have 39, 41, and 51. Now let's see how the board unfolds here as we get to pick 39. You're watching Bears Yard, your home of opinionated Chicago Bears talk Monday through Friday right here on YouTube. So if you don't want to miss an episode, hit that subscribe button. So the Patriots picked Travion Henderson right before us. Again, bastards. Josh Simmons just went to the Giants. So who's the best available on the board right now? Jackson Dart, Tyleek Williams, Jalen Milroe, Kenneth Grant. I know a lot of people have been looking at him for the Bears. Donovan Jackson is right there. I like that opportunity. And again, doesn't really matter who we pick here because we have opportunities to pick somebody within the next 3 picks. So what running backs are available? Caleb Johnson, Quinshawn Judkins are available as well. All right. So we go best available here. We got the defensive player. So now running back, offensive linemen are 2 of the positions I'm looking at. Maybe a safety. We got Benjamin Morrison here, who's a corner out of Notre Dame, which is an option as well. I think at this pick, I do want to shore up the trenches. And I believe that Donovan Jackson out of Ohio State is going to be a very good interior line player here for the next level in the NFL. 5-star recruit, 6'3", 315, RAS score 9. He was a very good player at Ohio State, and he immediately bolsters the offensive line, gives us some line depth. I don't feel too bad about taking line depth here because we have a pick at 41 as well. So the pick at 39 here for the Chicago Bears, and ironically, the 39th ranked prospect in this mock draft simulator, the Chicago Bears will select Donovan Jackson, guard out of Ohio State, and then that takes us to pick 41. We have another trade option from the Bills, don't want it. The Chargers don't want it, so we're going to reject those 2. And now the best players available at 41 are pretty much the same. We just lost out on Jalen Noel. Not really a big deal. I don't care. But this is where I am explicitly looking running back because my next pick is in 10 picks, and I don't want to miss out on a good running back. And I feel that is a critical need for the Chicago Bears. So if I look at the best running backs available, one of my favorite running backs in the draft and a guy that I feel is being disrespected a lot. Ohio State, Quinshawn Judkins is there. Also, DJ Giddens, Cam Scatterbull, Bashul Tootin. A lot of good running backs are on the board, but at pick 41, the Chicago Bears are going to rush to the podium and draft Ohio State running back Quinshawn Judkins, which then takes us to pick 51. So far on the list here, as we look at the rest of the players getting drafted until pick 51, and then we have more trade opportunity, and I'm not really feeling it, so I'm going to reject. Actually, what's pick 125? What's that take us? That's a 4th round pick, probably. We're going to reject that one. Okay, so far we have acquired James Pierce Jr., Donovan Jackson, Quinshawn Judkins. That's a pretty good haul in my opinion so far. And now we have this additional 2nd round pick to play with. So we got the edge rusher, we got the running back, we got the guard. So maybe we could find a safety or a receiver here or an additional defensive lineman. Let's see, who are the best players available? Trey Harris out of Ole Miss, receiver, 6'2", 205. I need a burner. I don't know if he's a burner or not. I don't know what his 40 time is or whatever, but he's supposedly a yards after catch guy. So not bad. We have Wyatt Mullum here, who's pretty good. We have JT Tumoliau, I love. Don't need any of them. We got a lot of edge players here available at 51. We got Jaden Higgins, who I think a lot of people are talking about here. 6'4", 214 out of Iowa State, excuse me. He's looking like a possibility. But we also have Andrew Makuba here at 69 here. The 69th ranked prospect, excuse me. He's a safety out of Texas who looks pretty good. So let me go back up here, right? Also, I think a lot of people are thinking about tight end for the Bears. Mason Taylor, been a name that's been talked about a lot. 6'5", 251. He has a top 50 grade on PFN's board. Chain mover, solid tight end. He could be a compliment to Cole Kmet. So when I'm looking out through these players right here, we know our next pick and our final pick in this draft is at 72. I am looking, I don't really see what I'm looking for as far as what I will want. As far as a safety that's worth it at this particular pick, or maybe a defensive tackle here that might be worth it. We got some defensive linemen, but not really defensive tackle. Let me go to defense here. and see if there's anybody worth talking about. There's a couple do, but they could be had later on in the draft. I'm not gonna pick out a turn. So maybe this is a best player available situation. Again, a receiver is somebody or something that we need. Let me just do a quick search, you all, on Trey here 40 time. Usually I don't do this stuff during a draft, but y'all can see it in real time. 454. Oh yeah, not that that really makes much of a difference per se, but yeah, he's not the burner that the Bears would need at this particular position. What other receivers are here that might be an option? Jalen Royal. I feel like that name sounds familiar. 6 feet 205. Let's see what his 40 time is. I know y'all probably like, can you make the pick already? But I need information. I need information to make these picks, man. I just can't be making picks just to make picks. I want to know what's going on here. 442. Okay, now that's more like it. That's what I'm talking about. I can work with that. 442, 40 time for Jalen Royal, 6 feet 205. Yeah, that's a burner right there. That's a burner. We like that. He might be the pick here. Why is he not on the best thing? Oh, I don't. Maybe it's the receiver. Okay, but yeah. So Jalen Royals. Oh, there he is. 57 right there. Jalen Royals. Also a backup corner could be ideal. JT Timoliau was also very tempting, but I think for this pick at pick 51, we do need a receiver. We need a burner, in my opinion. Jalen Royals of Utah State is right there. One of the best players available on the board. And definitely position the Bears need because we have DJ, we have Rome, and we have a bunch of other receivers by committee. So at pick 51, the Chicago Bears will select Jalen Royals out of Utah State receiver. And then that will take us to pick 72. And then that will be the final pick of this mock draft, unless a compelling trade comes up and I want that one. But I think this is going to be the final pick. At this point, it's probably going to be another best player available scenario for me. Obviously, I would like to have a safety. I'm not taking that trade. No, thank you. All these trades are no good. We still got a lot of the players that were available before they're still available now. Oh, this is another guy that I missed. Kyle Williams here. I know he's been talked about a lot too, but we just took Jalen Royals, so we don't need a receiver anymore. A lot of receivers are here at 72. Latham Ransom is here for Ohio State safety. 6 feet 206. Good safety coming out of there. We can still draft Mason Taylor, the tight end out of LSU, who's still on the board for some reason. I'm not sure why. But as far as what I need here, let's go back to the picks. James Pierce Jr., Donovan Jackson, Quinshawn Judkins, Jalen Royal. So I would say at this particular point in time, I would say probably another lineman, defensive or offensive lineman here. Emory Jones is here. Alfred Collins is here. Harold Fanning Jr. Is there a safety? I think I just saw Lathan Ransom. Is there a safety besides Lathan Ransom that is here that I can maybe mess with? Billy Bowman is down the line. Okay, these people are down the line. All right. So we go back to all. Alfred Collins, run stuffer, 6'5", 332, provides a much needed line depth for the Chicago Bears if we were to draft him. And I think that right now it's looking like that might be the pick. Omar Norton-Lott is also good. 6'2", 291, probably a little bit more agile, even though he has a lower RF than Alfred Collins. But Alfred Collins doesn't have an RF. Oh, okay. Let's see. Do we have any stats? I mean, I can get the stat, but I'm not going to bore you all with that too much. So we got Omar Norman-Lott or Alfred Collins here. Let's see. He got 5 sacks in 2023, 4 sacks in 2024. I kind of think Omar Norman-Lott might be the move here, because he can rush the passer and probably help out in the run game a little bit. Now, obviously, Alfred will be better in the run game, and he's only accumulated 7 sacks in 5 seasons. I'm more apt to go after pass rushers than run stuffers. So I think with the final pick in the NFL draft here for the Chicago Bears at pick 72, the Bears are going to select defensive tackle Omar Norman-Lott out of Tennessee. And when the draft concludes and we go back and tally up the haul here for Bears Yard Mock Draft 10.0, the final mock draft, we're looking at James Pierce Jr., edge player out of Tennessee, Donovan Jackson, guard out of Ohio State, Quinshawn Judkins, running back out of Ohio State, Jalen Royals, wide receiver out of Utah, and norman-lott, defensive tackle out of Tennessee. Let me know if you would have done anything differently, if you'd have made a different pick here. But if this were the real haul that the Bears came away with in the draft next week, I don't think I would have too many complaints. Kind of addressing everything that we need on the team. But if you want to see previous mock drafts, you should probably check out the video that pops up in the right corner here and bear down.